and welcome back to another episode of Ads Metal Detect. I'm Ads, and on today's episode we're back at the medieval farm. You will know that just behind me in that field there, that's where all the medieval hammered coins came up, including gold and silver, and there was plenty of them. But today's something a little bit different. I would much prefer to be in that other field, but that doesn't mean I'm fully opposed to pasture, and today is the day where I give this a good go. We are right back. This is one of the trees that was referenced in the previous one. The big tree, is just down that way. This is where the cows are going to eventually go into, so I've not got much time, so I thought today was the perfect day to give it a good half day in here and then make a decision whether we're staying here or head back over to the other field. Now, if you haven't already, please go and subscribe. It does help my channel grow, and we are heading towards 500 as the next milestone, and that is one way you can all get involved in yet another giveaway. And before I forget, go to Dragons Detected. If you're thinking of anything, accessories, books, or the most important thing, the text itself, please visit them for 10% off most items. There's my code AMD10. That will give you 10% off most things. If you want to take a visit and earn yourself a good discount there, great company. It's a lovely warm day today. I think I'll be taking some of these layers off as that sun glistens down from my right hand side. We should have some good stuff today, fingers crossed, but if not, we're out, we're enjoying a venture onto something new, and I will see you on that first hole. Alright guys, just dug down on this one. You know that, it's a 61, 62, 63, it's jumping a bit. And it's just in here. And this could be a button, but I'm not 100% sure, so we've got the camera on. So let's see what we've got. There we go, look, there's the shank. It was just that edge that just threw me a little bit, but that's our first target. It's just a little pudding. Complete with shank. On to the next. So we have a signal here. 77, 78. So let's give it a dig down, see what we've got. Just in that corner just there. So we are just there. It's just a little bit of copper debris, nothing at all. On to the next. 52, 53. Just there. So let's have a dig. We're just there. It's a shotty end. On to the next. We are out just here. And that is just a bit of lead on that one. And I don't think we're going to give it too long before I jump back on to my special field, my favourite field. And as I say that, we'll walk on to an 88. And we're down in this hole still. And we have our first find. Let me bring you across and you will see our first coin for the day. Just as I was about to go onto the other field, after I've been talking to you, we get an 88, and it's a find. And I can already see it's a coin, so let's go down and have a quick look. So you can see just there, and that there, guys, looks like a threepenny bit. So let's get that cleaned up. Let's see what we've got. So as we're looking at this now, it's heavily corroded. Just at the bottom we've got the date of 1945. It's a little threepenny bit. So we're on to our first coin for the day. It's a find. It keeps me on here for a little bit longer. And let's hope we find some more. Here we go, on to the next. Alright, we are now making our way back to the other field. Give this a real good go today. Nothing much has come up. We have the threepence, but that is it. Signals are few and far between. There is a lot of trash on here, so I'm going back to my favourite field. I mean, people will tell me to stay out, but I've walked in a good stretch of this field, and although there could be good stuff, I'm fighting a losing battle at the moment. So, rather than just getting frustrated on this field as we struggle for targets, we're going to head back to the other field, my favourite field and my favourite kind of land. So you will see me on our next hole. So you think a field has been quiet. We've give it 2, 3 weeks rest. We've been on the pasture just over there, and now I've just walked down here, and I know there've been trash signals and a bit of lead, but the signals are opening up all over the place, and we've got another one here. Bit bitter, but it's 75, 76, 78, bouncing a bit. Let's see what we've got. Let's go down and see what's happening, because that's sounding ever so strange now. And that's just a bit of bent over copper. This is what I mean. These signals, the lead I got was huge. Let me see if let's have a look at this a minute. Just pulled this huge bit of lead up over areas of water. So this shows you that when you think a field's dead, the weather can change everything. So it has been fairly wet and windy, but it is brightening up, so that ground is contracting and compacting, and it's moving stuff around. So then you give it a couple of weeks and you come back on, hey presto, it's like a new field. And I'm only just at this top bit, and we're working our way down to the bottom. We're not going down to a big tree just yet, but that just shows you. On to the next. So we are on to a 75 just there, all the way round. Nice strong signal. Let's go down, see what's happening. Just there. And we're in there. And that looks like a coin to me. Let's have a look what we've got. And we're not going over any new areas. Well, that looks like a coin to me. Quite thin. Let's have a good clean up and see what we can see. Now we are all cleaned up as much as I want to be on the field. I don't know if you can see that. So we've got Britannia there, 1861, and then Queen Victoria. So we've got Vicky halfpenny. It's been chowed by the plough, and it is very, very brittle on this one, but it's our second coin of the day. Just come from down there. So this field seems to have opened up, so I am very thankful to be coming back onto this one. But that's our find, and we are on to the next. So we are on a 81, 82 just there. Nice strong signal. See what we've got. Out. And that is just a bit of foil. On to the next. We are on to another coin. 77.76. Put that there, just in this hole, and just there. Very small coin, very thin. Well, let's get it cleaned up. Let's see what we've got here. Right, we're as cleaned up as we can be. Not sure what this is, whether if we let it dry out a little bit we might get some detail off it. It's very thin, but we've got no discernible features on it. So we'll let it dry out and see if we can get anything, and I'll catch it in the roundup. But we have yet another coin, and I'm on this field and signals are just really opening up, and so I fancy going over old ground. So I'm just going to make my way down to the bottom corner, and that's where the hammer had come up last week, and then I think I'm going to stretch over to the big tree and then up to the other point where I do some intros and back across and just have a feel and see what other signals come up, because these are pretty big signals that have been missed over ground that we've been over. So something is happening in that ground that's just releasing these signals. But that's a find, and we're on to the next. So we are on to a 68, 69, 70 just there. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We're just heading towards the big tree. My bet is a bit of lead. Get a lot of lead off this field, ranging in all different numbers. Let's have a look what's happening. Just there. More likely be a bit of deep iron, but there we go. and as I said, bit of lead. But look at the size of this lead. That's not a small bit of lead, and that's what I talk about signals, and that's why I'm heading towards a big tree. Because if I've missed this before, what else is beyond here? And it just makes me think there is lots more to find, whereas with very little signals previously. When we've been up, you know, I've said I've been struggling for signals long periods without it. Today not so much. I mean, a lot of it's trash, but let's see, on to the next. Alright, we are on to a 82, 83, just there. Let's have a look what we've got. Right, we are out. There we go. And it's just that little weight. There we go, and it's just a bit of lead. There is what seems to be an attempt for a hole through it. Maybe it's just a bit of discarded lead. What should have been a weight. It's got that look to it with the hole there, but the hole doesn't go all the way through. So it's just a bit of lead. Alright guys, we are on to a 84, 85. Very, very strong, as you can hear. We are out. There we go guys, that's another coin. That is another coin. It looks like another halfpenny, I think. We've just had an halfpenny coming down this way. I've been to the big tree, scattered over there, not many signals. Come back up this way, and this was where the halfpenny came from last time, near here, and I think we've had two before up this area. So let's give this a little clean and let's see what we've got under here. So we are as cleaned up as we need to be. If you can just see that, I mean, we don't get many coins off here where you can make much details of the modern ones, but you see there, that is George V. On the back just there, it says 1915. Britannia on the back there, this is George V halfpenny. It's another coin for the day as we head up this way. On to the next. Right guys, I've just dug down on this one. I can see it's coin shape, it's just there. Coming up as 87, 86 there. So let's go down, and it's just here. Very dark. It looks a little Roman to me, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's have a look. just there. Now let me give that a clean up and see what we've got. May not be right. I can't really see. Let me have a look at this and we'll see what we've got. So guys, we are on the Roman. It is a beautiful coin, and the last one we found, nothing to it there, but there we go. We'll catch it in the roundup, but there we go. Wasn't expecting a Roman today. I was expecting maybe to find an hammered, but I'm more than happy with that, because we now go back even further in history. And that is a beautiful little chunky coin. Shame about that bit, but look at that detail we've got. We are onto a 49, 48 just there. So let's see what we've got. Well, that's not sounding too great now, is it? So let's take that side out. Let's have a look what's happening, because that was a half decent signal. So surprising it's disappeared like that. Got something just here. Oh, guys, we're on to another. Bear with me. Right, let's get up. Forgetting my pockets. Alright guys, I wasn't expecting that to come out of there. Let me take this glove off. I've lost one glove. Right. Just down there we get a little cut off. I can already tell it's hammered. So let's get that cleaned up. Let's see what flavour we've got here. Right guys, we are all cleaned up. See if we can get you in focus. Right, you see there, it's a voided short cross. Need to get a bit more of a clean up and ID that. But the cut-offs we've had up this area is Henry III. So it's likely that it's that, but it's another hammered for this field. Get in there. Another hammered. How many hammers have come off this field and are actually looking for more Roman, because I'm heading up away. I mean, the big tree's right there. The big tree is right the way down there in that direction. But we've come up here. I thought I'd give this a good go, and we've come away with another hammered coin again. We've got medieval, we've got Roman, we've got George, we've got what might be a Jetton. So plenty of monarchs today and plenty more coins, and another amazing find. Woohoo, on to the next. Alright guys, we are on to strong 83, 84, 85 just there. And out. And that is a lovely big bit of lead. But it just shows you the size of this that's coming up here. When this field we've been on plenty of times, and I've been on these areas, that it keeps on producing. Something has happened to the ground today, and it's revealing a lot more targets. So another big chunky bit of lead was used for something. I think that's I've got a little bit of a marking on there, but there's another huge piece of lead. So let's carry on and on to the next. You can call me an idiot because I should have been recording, because this is the area where the Romans just came up from. Nice 73 there. If we go down just here, you'll see that this is most probably going to be another little Roman. Let's get this cleaned up because this day keeps getting better. This potentially is 2 Roman for the day, so bear with me. Let's get this cleaned up. Now this is all, we're all cleaned up. If we can get a, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on that. I've got the little design on there. It is broken, and there is a thing, but I don't want to over clean here while we're here. So we're not going to be able to ID this here on the field, but it's another little bit of a Roman coin. 2 Roman for the day, 1 hammered, and we are still going. There we go. So you can just see that little bit of detail through there, and it would have been a lot bigger than this. And then there is some detail on that back bit there. But what it is, we don't know as yet. So on to the next. Conserving battery, because I've took loads of footage today. And I think we're on to another hammered. It's just come out of there. I've put it down there. Let me show you what it pinged up at, and we'll go and take a look. Bang on 50. Nice signal. And just there is what I think is another cut half. So let's get that cleaned up. We'll see what we've got. Right guys, there we go, look, little voided long cross, cut half, and I would guess this is Henry III without a full ID on there, but it's a second amateur of today. We went in search of medieval, we found 2 Roman, and now 2 hammered. That is amazing, and we've still got plenty of time left, so I'm hoping we maybe squeeze one more in. But that is an amazing day's detecting. When this field, let me tell you something, this field I have been round most square inches, but today for some reason these signals are just firing off all over the place, which tells me that that ground has moved. We have had a lot of rain and then this drying part now. So that tells me that the ground is compacting, which is giving more things are able, it's unmasking more things, which is enabling us to find some beautiful coins today. Let's see what else they do. Right, you'll see the scenery is a little bit different. That's because I ran out of battery while I was on the field. I was taking that much footage. We were finding some really good stuff. What an amazing day that was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I am actually gutted that I wasn't able to do the outro actually on the field because it was beautiful. The sun going down as it was setting. I was out there literally all day as much as I could. Some absolutely fantastic finds. We were looking at the Roman. Anybody wants to give me a positive ID, that'd be fine. My best bet is probably Trajan. It is very hard to tell on the other side, but you will have seen it as I dug it up. So if anybody wants to give a full ID on that, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Drop that in the comments for me. I'm not the greatest on Roman. I mean, they don't often come up, as you've seen. It's mainly medieval stuff that comes up. But we added 2 more Romans on there, one which wasn't even on the footage, because when it came up it just looked like a bit of copper nothingness, but it's not until I've realised as I'm on my way back that it actually was a little grotty Roman. So 3 Roman in all, 2 that you will have seen. We got the 2 little cut halves. Absolutely fine. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know what happened, but the field just opened up. You'll have seen previous episodes, or if you haven't, go and check them out because they're fantastic. The amount of hammers that you'll see come up, I think we're around about 16, so this will be about 18, is absolutely amazing. And I thought, because we've had days where we've been, and yes, we've found things, but long stretches without signals. And it's been like that. And then all of a sudden yesterday, the ground just opened up. Now, the reactivity we spoke about in a previous episode, so that was put down, but it was down previously. So my only understanding of it would be the change in the ground conditions and the compacting and opening up as it does that, as we're hitting wet and dry periods. Now, it has been really wet, but at the top of that field, where a lot of the stuff was coming up, it was drying out. It was silty rather than, you know, waterlogged, whereas down at the bottom it was still waterlogged, and that's where the rain runs down. We did in the end make the right decision to come off that pasture. Yes, I'm not the greatest fan of pasture, but I give it a really good go. As you'll have seen, I stuck to an area, and then last off just had a quick wander, and there will be stuff on there. I am not denying that, but there is going to be more times for me to go on that land and less time for me to go on this. So the right decision to come back onto there. In all, with what was expected and returning to this farm has been brilliant, because we've had so many good memories so far there, and the last 2 trips out we've been to the new farm where it's been real hard work. It's been like climbing mountains and really just a hard slog in clay and mud. And yesterday was, the sun was out, the grounds were drying, it was level fields, it was enjoyable digging, and we were finding some really good stuff with a nice finds case right at the end. So absolutely brilliant day, one of the best days for a few weeks, I think. Now, if you are aware, I'm not going to put any links down there in the description. You'll see the Facebook links, but we have 2 giveaways going in there at the moment, which are exclusive to the Facebook group, so they won't be on here. The videos won't be on here, they'll be on Facebook only. But if you want to head along to there, we have 2. One is find of the month, which is, I'm not allowed in there at all, so my finds can't go on there, so you're not competing with me. And it's not as straightforward as necessarily the greatest value item will win the prize. It will be judged on what I think is the best find. So anything on anything, everything can win. So go in there, enter that. There is a prize for the winner. So go and join up, go and have a look at that. The second one is a free giveaway. I promised it when we reached 100 members on Facebook that we'd do it. It's now live. Membership is increasing, and now is basically a post. You go in, you click you go in and you say I'm in the comment, and that is it. Find it, you're in. That is it. It's open to Europe rather than just the UK. I can't justify the cost going out of Europe at the moment. I'm only just about able to justify the cost within Europe, but there is some prizes that you can win, and you are more than welcome to come and enter. In fact, the more the merrier. If you don't know about the Facebook group, it is a Facebook group for absolutely everybody who's into the hobby, whether you are thinking of getting into it, whether you are a beginner, whether you're intermediate, an expert, whether you go on digs, whether you go out on your own permissions. And you can basically post anything you want in there, whether it's pictures, stories, advice, requests, videos, content you've created, absolutely anything, podcasts, shows, absolutely anything you want. As it's metal detecting, get it stuck in there. Absolutely brilliant community. We have some great people in there already. Finally, if you haven't been to Dragon Detecting, and you may know we are sponsored by Dragon Detecting, if you are thinking of purchasing anything from accessories and books to anything else, have a look on there. We can give you 10% off most things by using this code here, AMD10, and that will give you a nice shiny discount. If you're thinking about purchasing in the future, bookmark their website, save my discount code, and you can use that anytime you want. It's been a thoroughly enjoyable episode. I'm so excited to get this one out this week. I came off the field after the finds just thinking, what a great day, and how thankful I am to be able to produce that content and get it out there for you. We're heading to the 500 mark for subscribers. That's something I want to hit pretty quickly. The numbers are going up quite fast. At 500 subscribers, we will be doing a giveaway. So if you haven't already, please go and subscribe. It's free to do so. You'll be alerted to the content. You'll be alerted to the giveaway when it goes live. And it will be a requirement to enter the giveaway. But you can help my channel grow by just subscribing to there. Increasing those numbers, more people see it, and I class it as a huge favour, which I'm hugely appreciated of anybody that does that. I have waffled on for far too long for an outro, so that's me for another week. What you will see after this is the roundup, which I managed to do before the battery died, but without any sound, because I had to do that in airplane mode and it cut the mics. So there's a little musical interlude as you see the finds and me handling them. If you want to watch that, that will follow this. But that's me for another week, and I shall see you on the next episode. So thank you very much if you've got this far, and I'll see you soon.